ahead and get started. I've got a couple of things I want to share with you. Hopefully you have never seen before. And it hasn't been long since I learned this myself. And when I learned it, I thought, oh, that's a game changer. So I'm going to show this to you, and I've got a PowerPoint to share with you. And then about halfway through, I'm going to click into my, my Facebook page, and I'm going to show you some real life examples on my own personal page. And so hopefully you guys will be able to take something useful away from this, something that you can actually do and implement today. And if you do, then this will definitely have been a success. So let me jump over to my screen share here. And so let's see, we're gonna go F5, right? Let's see, click on it and then go F5, there we go. Is that working? Everybody see this cover page?
Yes.
Cool. All right, so the topic of today is digital prospecting and relationship building, death of the cold call. And I'll show you guys at the end of this where you can get some more information. This was a presentation that I picked up on about a month or so ago, and I thought it was really, really impactful and potentially useful. So, so if you want more details, I'll send these slides out along with a website link that you guys can check out. So, all right, without any further ado, let's jump into this thing. The premise for this discussion is some agents are perfectly comfortable cold calling on strangers to drum up business, but most of us are not, and most of us struggle to come up with ideas and tools to appear relevant as an agent and differentiate ourselves as agents. What we should be focusing on is appearing relevant as a human being first. Social media allows us to do this on a massive scale with very little time and energy required versus that of dialing for dollars or door knocking an entire neighborhood. And we can do it in our pajamas, right? So very, very cool if we figure this thing out. So am I saying the death of calling, knocking, texting? No, of course not, not at all. It still, unfortunately, is going to require a little work on our part. But we should not and we need not do it cold, right? Knocking on a perfect stranger's door without knowing anything about them, or picking up the phone and circle prospecting without knowing anything about those people that we're calling. And so this is what we're referring to when we say cold. This took place probably in 2008, 2009, 2010. Facebook really exploded in 2009. And currently they see 2.6 billion monthly users. And so if you can just imagine with this visualization, what $1 million looks like as compared to $1 billion, and just try to translate that for a second in your mind's eye to what 2.6 billion monthly users looks like. In my estimation, you will probably not ever run into, well, if you do, it's going to be rare, a buyer or a seller who is not on social media somewhere, probably Facebook. At last count, I saw that Instagram sees about 1 billion monthly users, and they are the second leading social media platform. So Facebook by far is still the leader in the game. So with the number of people that use that platform. And one thing we know too is that people spend on average of an hour, at least an hour a day, scrolling on social media, be it Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. I know there's a lot of TikTok fans out there right now. So, let's see, jump over, my arrow's not, there we go. So, so with that information, why would you do anything cold? We have technology and social media. And just having overall access to information makes everything so much warmer, right? Because now we have information, we know about people, we know what their interests are, we know what they like. So what if right before you knocked on the door, a screen appeared and it said, you have 24 mutual friends, 7 similar interests. You both graduated from USC. They like the Boston Red Sox. You know, the wife's name is Sally. They have a dog named Lobo. You know, all of this information, would that change the conversation you have when you knocked on that door? Would any of that information change the way you relate to or engage with that person? And I think that's really the key here, is that, you know, because now we can go to somebody's profile and we can learn so much about them that we don't have to necessarily do it cold. We're not door knocking, we're door clicking, right? So this is the modern day front door, right? So this is a screenshot, obviously, of my news feed on Facebook. And so I'm referring to this then as the modern day front door. And these notifications are opportunities for you to engage. And so the point here is that we should be engaging and adding people to our sphere of influence every single day. And these notifications make it really, really easy for us to do that. So here's a real life example. I just snipped this yesterday. And this is my buddy James sitting out by the pool. His friend Tony said, looking mafia. Well, what's interesting about this is that Tony and I have 4 mutual friends, yet we don't know each other, and we're not Facebook friends. But it would be really, really easy for me to jump into this conversation by acknowledging what Tony said, maybe agreeing with Tony's comment, and then sending Tony a friend request if he replies or something. And so I've added now 1 additional person to my sphere of influence and my friends list, and 1 additional possibility for people to see the content, the real estate related content that I put out. An opportunity for me to get to know somebody new. And Tony is a restaurant manager. So he's probably someone who knows a lot of people. He's probably an influential person. He could probably lead me to other people who at some point in the future might want to buy or sell. And so I apologize, the screen's a little blurry there, but I stretched the image. So acknowledge, compliment, and then ask for the friendship, right? I thought this was a really good example, and I'm sure you could look at your own timeline and find example after example after example. And the problem, I think, is that most of us scroll, and we just scroll and we scroll, and we don't actually stop to look for an opportunity to engage or provide value. So Facebook takes the work out of it, right? I mean, here's all these potential new friends. Facebook takes the work out of it by suggesting new friends for us. We have 16 mutual friends, 4 mutual friends, 7 mutual friends. And you can go to every one of those profiles then and learn something about those people and find an opportunity or something to connect over. So the 4 big ones. These platforms today allow you to never have to do anything cold. So why would we choose to stay cold? So Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, absolutely massive. And I think, you know, most of us, you know, scroll through these social media platforms without ever looking really for an opportunity to connect or to provide a value or a relationship. And so that's really the point of today's message. And I'm going to show you an easy way to do that. So the goal here is to have 2,000 people on each platform. And I know that sounds like a lot, and it's a big number. But if you think about it, you know, we're within a couple of degrees of separation of everybody on social media. So I think if we intentionally add people to our friends list, then we could probably do that before too long. And the main reason we want to do this, I think, is because, as you guys know, Facebook only shows your posts and content to a very small percentage of your friends list. I've heard it said that it was as low as 10%. So to increase the number of people who actually see what you post, you need a bigger audience, right? Remember, sales is a numbers game, and real estate is a contact sport. So it takes lots of numbers and lots of contacts to meet your goals and to make lots of money. So I've heard it said it was 10%. Some people say it's 12 to 15%. But we all know that when we post something today, not all of our friends are going to see it. Only a certain percentage of them are. So We need to increase the size of our pool. Here's an example from LinkedIn. So Livia and I are not friends, but she's a friend of a friend. And we have 8 additional shared connections. All right, so this is what that looks like. But here's a big giant blue connect button. There's an opportunity for me to connect. So Instagram, this is what Instagram looks like. I know that some of us are on Instagram and some of us aren't, but instead of the like button, they use hearts. And so you can heart a post, and then you can also heart a comment. So like right here in the bottom right, so there's a comment there. You can heart that and then acknowledge the person that posted that. So the way to get followers instead of friends on Instagram is probably to follow someone. Like their post, comment on it, follow them. There's a 90% chance that they'll follow you back because people like and appreciate acknowledgement, right? Everybody wants to be acknowledged and appreciated. And so this is a really easy way to connect with people quickly. And then, of course, you know, once they've accepted your friend request or they've started to follow you, then there's an opportunity for you to, you know, send them a happy birthday acknowledgement once in a while, or a happy anniversary, or, hey, I saw you got promoted, congratulations. You know, look for those opportunities where you might be able to provide value to them as a realtor. All right, so the 5-phase strategy for online lead generation: adding, leverage, attention, create a frenzy, and strike. So we're going to talk about the first 3 today. And remember, sales is a
Numbers.
Thank you.
Sorry, I just got back right in time.
Real estate is a contact sport. That's right. That's right. So very good. So engagement breaks the ice, right? So if we acknowledge or we engage with someone, if we like their post, if we comment on their post, that's breaking the ice. If we mention them with a compliment, that's warming them up, so to speak. Now they feel like, oh, this is probably a nice person. This is a good person. They agreed with me, and they've complimented me, and now I'm going to send them a friend request. There's a really, really good chance that they're going to accept that friend request. So in layman's terms, it's like them, tag them, and add them. Like them, tag them, and add them. So.
Like that.
All right. And remember, again, this was a perfect setup for the topic that we're talking about today. You know, all I had to do was like what Tony said, acknowledge what Tony said, maybe agree with him, and ask for the friendship, send him a friend request. There's a very, very strong possibility that he's going to accept that friend request. And Tony happens to be someone who could potentially lead me to future business. He's a restaurant manager, probably knows a lot of people, all right? So phase 2 is leverage. So leverage your time by creating systems that allow you to engage and deepen relationships with the right people. Facebook gives us the option of creating a custom friends list that filters your newsfeed. And this, guys, this is what I thought was so powerful, because I only recently learned about this myself. And I really do think this could be a game changer. Instead of, you know, spending 30 minutes to try to find the bottom of Facebook every evening so that you don't miss anything that might be important to you or your business, you can create these custom friends lists and sort them and put them in groups. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So I'm going to stop sharing this PowerPoint. I'm going to click over and I'm going to share my Facebook page so that I can show you how to do that. And of course, this is a link to a video that I found on YouTube that will also show you how to do that. But I'm going to show you what it looks like in my Facebook page. So, okay, so share screen, and let me go over here and find my Facebook page. So, let's see. All right, everybody seeing my Facebook page?
Yes.
All right, very cool. So this is what I thought was so cool is over here on the left-hand side of the screen, it says see more. You hit that little drop down, and then down here, there's friends list. So if you're not familiar with this, I think it could really, really simplify your the time you spend on Facebook. So I'm going to click on friends list. And what you see here is separate lists. You can create as many friends lists as you want. And what you do is you add to each list whoever you want. They don't know that you've put them in a specific list. It doesn't send them a request or a notification or anything like that. It's just simply an easy way for you to check in or to follow these people in an organized, systematic way. And so, for example, let's say, for example, like I have A-list clients, right? You click on A-list clients, and what it does is it brings up everybody's post that you have designated as an A-list client. And so the one downside is it only goes back for 24 hours, right? So you would probably want to check your important lists every day, which, you know, we're probably all scrolling at some point, but this is a way for you to do it in an organized fashion. So these are my A-list clients. These are the people that are really important to my business. And so every day I want to check and see if there's anything that I should acknowledge. Like here's a perfect example, right? There's a birthday. And so this is a great way for me to keep up with those people that are important to my business. And then I can go back to my friends list here. And then let's see if I can find it right quick. Yeah, so we'll go back to the main page. So my past clients, keep all of your past clients in a specific friends list. And then all of your past clients' posts will show up here every day, right? And so you don't have to miss anything. You want to make sure that you catch those birthdays and you look for those opportunities to engage and to give back and to provide value and acknowledgement, right? So that's funny. Right. So these are my past clients, right? And so there's just so many ways. I mean, if you just think about how many different ways you could use these groups or these lists. So I'm going to go back over here, go back down to friends list. So realtors, right? I've got a ton of realtors in here. And there are some realtors that, you know, I want to make sure that, that I acknowledge and that I follow. There's Dudley, right? I want to make sure that I'm aware of what these people are posting every day. So instead of just scrolling and scrolling endlessly, this is a way for me to do it in a much more organized, simplified, streamlined fashion. And let's see, if you were going to create a new friends list, obviously, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Just click the button here. It says create list. You can name the list whatever you want, anything. So maybe you're going to have, you know, we could do B list clients, right? B list clients. And then you just start, you know, name somebody, and, you know, maybe Debbie Shelby. So, and you can select them like that, and you just put whoever you want into these groups. And then if you can't think of any more, you can always come in this way, and you can add people to the group once you actually get into it. So there's just so many opportunities, I feel like, for you to take advantage of these custom Facebook lists. And if you haven't seen this before, you probably think it's pretty darn cool, because I sure know I did. All right, I'm going to jump back over to the PowerPoint now, if you'll bear with me 1 second. So, all right, so we're back at the PowerPoint now. And again, this slide contains a video here, and it goes into a little more detail about how to create these with some ideas on how to use these videos. Or these custom Facebook lists. Okay, For Instagram and LinkedIn, unfortunately, they don't have that capability. I had heard that they were going to allow you to sort your friends into specific lists or groups, but for right now, I'm not aware that they offer that. But the suggestion is that you could create a spreadsheet, and make sure that you're checking in with your top influencers or those people that are important to your business every couple of days, a few times a week. So there are ways to do it if you think this is important to your business. I think it makes so much more sense to me to build on a pre-existing relationship than it does to go after cold business. So who makes the top influencers category? 4 reasons I feel someone is influential enough to place in my top list. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't, want to keep everybody's contact information. But, like you, there are some of my past clients that I feel like, they'll probably never send me anybody. I may never hear from them. It was a very transactional experience. Obviously, that's not my goal. But I do want to, send them a magazine every couple of months. I want to send them a happy birthday card, but they're not at the top of my A-list clients, for example. And so the people that would be at the top are the people that potentially have an influential job, or maybe they're extremely wealthy. Maybe they lead a charitable or community organization, right? People that are very connected socially. People that seem to know everybody. These are people that can be incredibly important to your business. These are the people that you want to make sure that you send attention and acknowledgement to. Because when they think of real estate, obviously we want them to think of us. Phase 3 is attention. And it was Dale Carnegie said, remember that a person's name is to that person the sweetest and most important sound in any language. Right? So attention, we all appreciate attention. So when deepening relationships, it's always better to engage other people's posts than just wanting people to engage our own posts. Give these people attention and they will remember you, they will acknowledge you, they will thank you, they will appreciate you. You have to give, right, before you can expect to receive. We've all heard that a gazillion times. You can't go to the bank and ask for an interest payment before you've made a deposit into the bank. You can't expect the expired listing to call you before you've given them something of value. They have to know something about you and appreciate that. And you can't expect your brother's high school friend from work to accept your friend request before you've given them attention. So we acknowledge, we compliment, and we ask for the friendship. Engagement equals like and comment. When you pull up your top influencers list on social media, start to engage them. You want to like their posts, like their stories, like their streams, and most people are on more than one social platform. Most people are on the Twitter and the Facebook, the Instagram, the LinkedIn, or at least 2 of those. And so, try to do the same thing on each platform, because I don't think that they would get tired of you telling them happy birthday or, congratulations, right? So when you pull up your top influencers list of social media, start to engage them. You want to congratulate them on successes, promotions. We've even gone so far as to send brownies or cookies or flowers, or, we send things to their house if we see that they were promoted at work or they achieved a new rank in the service. We give them compliments, we wish them well, we wish them happy birthday. We make sure that we send cookies or something like that for the kids. So like their posts. It's really, really simple to do. And every time you do that, they get a little notification that says, hey, this person liked your post, right? And that plants a seed in the back of their mind that, hey, this person appreciates the things that I have to say. That's pretty cool. And obviously, we want to help them when they post questions and need assistance. If it's within our wheelhouse, we want to be a service, no doubt about it. So Parkbench and Nextdoor are some really, really great resources to socialize with those people in our community, in your neighborhood. You've probably heard of Nextdoor. I mean, I think they're marketing to all of us right now, by phone, text, email, everything, every way possible. I'm being solicited by Nextdoor. Parkbench is another social platform, very, very similar. They do have a specific program for real estate agents. I think Nextdoor does also. But these are really, really good avenues to look for an opportunity to communicate with people in your neighborhood, in your geographical sphere of relevance, right? People who know people in your town. So check those out. Social media is the most powerful connecting tool on the planet. My thing's in the way, sorry. Yeah, tool on the planet when used correctly. So it replaces cold and creates warmth. I think we can all agree. It can easily hit boiling hot in a fraction of the time. It breaks the ice with anyone, easy to break the ice. It deepens relationship with our digital connections. It can be used for research. It creates guilt and or obligation for people to use us. It enables us to break into any client's sphere, which is super powerful. So push versus pull. Some of you guys might have heard this before. I heard this probably a year or so ago. It really stuck with me. As a salesperson, social media is a tool to pull information from others. Most of the world sees social media platforms as a place to push information into the world, always pushing and opining, favorite TV shows, holidays, politicians, things to do, employment, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But we, as professional salespeople, see social media as a way to communicate, congratulate, high five, best wishes, stay neutral, stay positive, remain helpful, and pull from it opportunities to give and offer value. And that's it, guys. Ta-da! Some of the content was provided by Tony Giordano, the social agent. He is, that is the presentation that I saw, and I took from that the points that I thought were most relevant to us in real estate. And I put them together in this presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. Are there any questions?
I'm just thrilled you're going to be doing this every other week. This was wonderful. Thank you, Jason.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you. Is there anybody here that didn't know about the Facebook lists?
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to segregate the different friends lists either.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I saw that not long ago, and I was like, wow, this is going to make it so much easier to pay attention to those people that are important to me and my business. You know, because I mean, when you scroll at night, you just never find the bottom of it, right? You don't know if you missed something. But this will allow you to track every group every 24 hours, you know, every 24 hours. So I thought that was really, really cool.
Anybody have anything to add? Or anything they're doing on Facebook?
This is what Rich Fino refers to as that awkward silence that he just had. So.
Well, we're trying to digest everything that you just said. It's a lot of good information.
Right.
I did last time you talked about doing the groups in Facebook, I did the groups, but then I forget that I have the group. So I think it's also, you have to be intentional about knowing that they're there and then staying in touch. But I know when I first set it up, I used it, like I put my past clients, and then when I had a listing or a new listing or something, I would use it and target just them so that they knew I was still working and doing my thing here. And did they have anybody that wanted to buy? So it's a good way to stay in touch with them, but not directly with them. So
yeah, it is a tremendously powerful tool, and I think that you know, it's not going to go away, certainly.
No.
As much as as much as, you know, it can be frustrating and it's hard to learn and it takes time and it takes study and it takes a commitment to go there and do this every single day. It is the future, unfortunately. And we got to get used to it. And I think this list will help us to do that. We just need to put it on our calendar. You know, I want to go in and check my lists every day, at least my A-list clients, maybe my B-list clients. You know, your family's your family. I got a family group, but you know, we don't ever check those. So yeah, definitely check those people that might be important to your business though. And always look for an opportunity to add someone new to your group. I think that's really, really important. Add somebody new to your friends list. So, and there's so many opportunities to do that. I could have given you 100 examples. And I just picked my buddy James, looking mafia, sitting by the pool. So
that was a mafia looking picture.
It was. Yeah. So, well, I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you all very much.
We'll see you a week after next.
That's the plan.
Jason, I have a question. I got on a little bit late. Did we hear from our core partners, or were we not doing that today?
No, we were not doing that today.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Jonathan. Sorry, Brian.
That's okay. Shout out, we've had record months. Hey, I will say, if anybody knows of anybody, a processor, send them my way. We're trying to hire somebody so we can get out more to the offices.
Cool. Awesome. I
You
saw.
pay Debbie and Kelly more money, Brian.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully they can hear me.
Yeah, they can't hear you, but I can hear it. That's fine.
I saw Keith at the Smithfield office this morning for a closing. That was very, very exciting. That was our first official closing in Smithfield, so that was exciting.
Did it all go well?
What's that?
Did it all go well?
Yeah, it was really good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So.
That's awesome.
All right, guys. Well, I'll let you off the hook for now. And of course, I'm always here if I can help. Don't hesitate.